Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Justin Tucker has this all teed up. And we're underway from the bank. McCole Hardman now on the return. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. So here come the Chiefs, taking the field for their first drive of the game. Leading them out, someone who, Brock, I think needs less introduction than anyone in the NFL today. It's Patrick Mahomes.
All of us as sports fans, we know those players in the other sports that when we just think of the greatest to ever do it, a skill set that's different than everybody else, immediately a player pops in your mind. And while we have seen GOATs like Tom Brady and Super Bowl winners many times over like Bradshaw, Montana, and Aikman, there's just not many that have ever done it with the flair, the style, and the skill set of Patrick Mahomes.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Mahomes starting off with a throw. He's got his man. That's Travis Kelce. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He'll get it to Rashee Rice, complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. As his man, it's DeAndre Hopkins. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And that is caught. It's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs take a 6-0 lead right away. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. Now Harrison Butker for the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chiefs will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Butker on now to kick this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. So here now are the Ravens on offense to begin their first drive. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard is Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player and the most exciting player, not just in his position, but in all of football. Of the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
That one vehemently swatted away. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Brought to a halt by Brian Cook. Now Jackson on 3rd down. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Out of the gun, Henry. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Working quickly here. Here's 2nd and 7. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. From the gun, a run for Henry. In the middle holes, they don't get anything on the run. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. This one's caught. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Henry has the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens finish off their opening drive. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do, but to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Justin Tucker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens start off well to tie things 7-7. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. The Chiefs sending their offense out for the second time this game. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. 1st and 10 now from the... Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Hauled in by Rice. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. First down throw, Mahomes. Finds his man Rice. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Completed over the middle. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He has it at the 5! And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. Back to the air, Mahomes. And oh, he got it! Interception! Roquan Smith with the pick.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
The Ravens offense returning to the field for their second possession. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground. Here we go, 2nd and 9. That's taken in by Henry. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Trying down the middle with Henry. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Drew Tranquil brings him to the ground. Lamar now from the gun. He'll get this to Henry. And he's out of bounds after getting across the 45.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Just a single yard, but that's going to be enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
On first down, Jackson. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it sets up second down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Again, it's Jackson to the air. This finds Likely. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And again, it's Jackson. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Tucker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens take the lead here, 14-7 in the first. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense set to take over again. And we've seen both extremes of this passing game so far, Brock. 1 touchdown and 1 interception on the ledger.
A home run and a strikeout. A little sampling of what works and what doesn't against this defense, Kate. Now, you got to try to emphasize those things that you found success on with that opening drive.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up second down. To the air, Mahomes. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Another look for him, Brock, and hey, why not with the way he's playing so far? But this time, just couldn't hang on.
I think you'll see coordinators at times, Kate, get away from something that's working. I like that they go back to him. Make them defend him and stop him. They did that time. My hunch is they'll look for that receiver again today.
It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked up by Marlon Humphrey. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
And he'll get down to the 21-yard line before he stopped. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
That's a game of 7. Third and 3.
Jackson out of the gun on third. Henry on the catch. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. Running for it. Here's Henry. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. First down throw for Jackson. Throwing the out route complete. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes in the...
For second down. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Caught by Flowers. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Working quickly here. Third and 2, here's Jackson. Bails out of the pocket quick. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball. It's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely. Throwing it up.
And in for the Baltimore touchdown. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, because, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just a machine. Surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
Tucker on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens double their lead to 14. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense out to take over. And coming off the
You get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
The Ravens in very good field position as they come up first and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. And it's a nice gain on the run, aided by that broken tackle. Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They're looking at second and pretty short. To the left and hauled in by Likely. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. Hits him on the out route. He has room past the 25. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down. He's now up to 7 catches in this first half. Quite the pace that he set for himself. Let's see if he can keep this up and just how many catches he can haul in before this one's over. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Finds his back complete. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Jackson's gonna throw again. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Lamar throwing again. Intercepted in the end zone. Picked up by Jalen Watson. Along the right sideline, there's space. Into the red zone. And he's gonna go. It's a pick 6. Butker to try the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chiefs chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Deontay Hardy to return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. We see the Ravens making their way out now. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. Jackson trying again after the pick. Looking right, and he finds him. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Leo Chanel able to bring him down. This is Henry on 2nd. He's going to snag a couple of yards charging up the gut. Tackle made there by Derek Nottie. Jackson now on 3rd. This has been a trend, yet another interception. Nick Bolton has it. And forget the interception, he makes this a pick 6 touchdown. 2nd time he's had an errant throw taken back for 6 in this half, Brock. As a quarterback, how do you come back from this knowing there's so much game left?
How do you come back from it, or how do your family and friends come back from it? I know as I get older, I think about them more and more. As a competitor, you're just going to grit your teeth and do what you can. But for the loved ones following, that's a tough 2nd pick 6 to watch.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback, this drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Getting right back to it after that interception. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked up by Jalen Watson. And the Chiefs will set up just a little bit shy of the 40 following the tackle.
You know, Kate, once you've thrown a couple picks, it's easy to become check down Charlie. Right, just throw it underneath and not take any more risk because you don't want to throw what he just did, his 3rd interception of the game. It's time to protect the football at all costs. And if not, well, that backup better get ready.
And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. It's Pacheco again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. Pistol now for Mahomes. Complete beyond the marker. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. Offense in the hurry-up here. The 2nd down run by Pacheco. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. Offense up to the line fast. 1st down, and they go right back to it. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2. Working quickly here. Back to Pacheco here on second. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. That's Odafe Owe with a stop. No gain on that one, and now it's 3rd and 8.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
3rd down, it's Mahomes. That one complete to Hopkins. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
1st down from the red zone. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And he's able to manage a couple on that run. Pacheco. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Chiefs parlay the interception into points. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Extra point by Butker is up and good. And the Chiefs break that tie and now lead by 7. Butker on now to kick this one away. Choosing to bring it out deep in the end zone. Poor choice to bring it out. Instead of the 30-yard line, they're going to start shy of the 20. Now the Ravens all set for another possession. And Brock, I know the goal is always points every drive, but I think just as big a goal, got to play clean football here. You cannot give it away for a 3rd consecutive possession.
Yeah, we call that rebuilding some confidence in yourself as a group, right? Just to execute without the mistakes. Pros, you can shake off a turnover with ease, but back-to-back, even the seasoned vets have a little trouble getting past that.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. We give to Henry on the inside handoff. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
Connects with Bateman. And he's taken down at the 30. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. 1st down, here's Lamar. Can't connect over the middle, it's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. So that brings up 2nd down. Again, it's Jackson to the air. Gets this to Bateman. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Jackson yet again. This throw is caught. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. And again, it's Jackson. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Tucker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens tie us up 28-all. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. The Chiefs are headed out, and we'll see Isaiah Pacheco. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch your breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
1st and 10 now from the 30. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Offense in the hurry up here. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Offense up to the line fast. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. He's on the move. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there, where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Mahomes now. It's complete to Hopkins. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Working quickly here. They'll go. It's Mahomes. He finds him beyond the marker. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Throw reeled in by Hopkins. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Brandon Stevens in on the tackle. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. And it's the Chiefs with 2nd and 6. Pacheco gets it from the gun. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Chiefs in the hurry up, trying to get everyone to the line. They'll go back to Pacheco on 1st. And he runs this one down to the 22-yard line. Chiefs in the hurry up, trying to get everyone to the line. From the 22 on 2nd down. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. Chiefs in the hurry up, trying to get everyone to the line. Running up the middle, Pacheco. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Right back to Pacheco. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Has it in close. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Pacheco will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4. Timeout taken by the Ravens. That is their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. Backed up to the 4-yard line now. It's 2nd and goal. Man in motion, headed right. Trying again with Pacheco. And he's in. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs take the lead just before halftime. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. Butker with the extra point. And the Chiefs break that tie and now lead by 7. Butker on now to kick this one away. And that one's going to skip across the goal line and into the end zone. So the football will come back out to the 20. The Ravens offense to the field for the final drive of this first half. And with field position and the clock against them, probably not going to see anything of substance here before halftime. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Timeout taken by Kansas City. It's 2nd. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
At the 12-yard line.
Another try following the sack. Fits it through the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. They've got first down from the 31. He's back to throw. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock. He was looking for Zay Flowers. So it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. Oh, he got some air under this one. Deep down the middle. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down. Understood. Some people would rather get right back to the field to play. And so we will as we advance to the start of the second half. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. Finds some space. He's past the 30. It's an excellent return, but he gets popped. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion. Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. That's taken in by Henry. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Back to throw it. He's got Andrews. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Lamar throwing again. He'll get this to Henry. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Offense in the hurry-up here. 3rd quarter starts with a run from Henry. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Offense up to the line fast. 1st and 10, here's Jackson. Henry on the catch. And they had that one contained right at the line. Leo Chanel able to bring him down. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. From the gun, Jackson. Got his target, it's Hill. And he's gonna go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and then netted some positive yards.
And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. And he finds him in the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
Tucker on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens tied this game 35 apiece. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And this is taken in the end zone, but not returned, so they'll take it out to the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. On the move, headed right. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you are on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just sling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. And the Ravens are set up with what should be an impending touchdown. Their offense is going to get it at the 5. Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Henry.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Henry, and he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Tucker on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Hardman with a return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. The Chiefs and this running back headed back out for a new series. They've got 1st down from the 31. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this 3rd quarter. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Hauled in by Rice. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line.
It's a gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Kansas City.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Nearly an interception on that play, and now it's 2nd down. Now a handoff for Pacheco. And all that for a single yard. What an effort to get what he could there. Working quickly here. 3rd down, it's Mahomes. Chased out to his right. And they pick him off again. Picked picked up by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens take over once again after forcing his 4th interception of the night. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Turning to Henry on 3rd. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Offense in the hurry-up here. Has him on the quick hitter. He's got it. That's going to be a 1st and more. They strike for 23 yards. And the huge conversion gets them a new set of downs. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. From the gun, a run for Henry. Oh, baby, he gets rocked and the ball is out. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, balls.
So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down.
No, we changed it.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Throwing the out route complete. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Something he does so well. Nick Bolton making the stop.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Jackson now on 3rd. Caught, nice gain left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup. Offense up to the line fast. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Making defenders pay for trying to tackle him. And he'll go down here at the 16. Working quickly here. Out of the gun, Henry. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Here's Lamar. Brought in right side. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Throw on 3rd down. Escapes out to the left. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens parlay the interception into points. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith. Right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. He doesn't like what he sees, so a touchback. They're going to begin at the 30. Offense heading out now for the Chiefs. And this drive would be a win if they can just hang on to the football, Brock, coming off those back-to-back turnovers. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. 2nd down now, 7 to go. It's Pacheco again. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Tackled on the play by Marlon Humphrey.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. And this is picked up by the Ravens. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
Hey, I get it, Kate. Third down, you're doing all you can to try to stay on the field. But unfortunately, poor ball security loosens his hold on it, and the defense knocks it free. Instead of facing fourth down, even better, that defense is off the field completely.
Baltimore running its offense out now. Well, Brock, their passing game has been the highlight for them offensively so far. 3 touchdowns and a whole lot of good plays beyond that.
Hey, Kate, I think what we've seen is an offense who's reading the same book as the defense. Just a few...
Oh, my! It's intercepted in the end zone!
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
We'll give to Pacheco to start the drive. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. That one complete to Hopkins. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They'll get 18 yards there. And the Chiefs are going to have a first down. Pistol now for Mahomes. Forced out to his right. He's keeping it.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
From the 39. It's complete to Hopkins. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Finds his man. It's Worthy. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 31. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. Throw reeled in by Hopkins. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Offense staying out there. Look at this. They're trying 4th and 9. They just get the play off. And as that one winds up incomplete, it brings us to the end of the 3rd quarter. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, here's Lamar. Finding Flowers. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. On first down, Jackson. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And the Chiefs have some new life in the 4th.
You know that quarterback, he's out in Denver now, Kate, Russell Wilson, he loves to say the separation is in the preparation. And when you're facing a DB that is all over the ball and now adding a second interception to his ledger today, you know this guy was prepared, did his homework, and then he's gone on this field today, and he has been a difference maker.
Buys time, rolling right. He's on the move. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll be first down, Kansas City. New set of downs for him from the 46. Running out of the gun with Pacheco. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Cut by Hunt. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. That play good for 17 and a first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Chiefs.
From the red zone now. The throw is caught. And it looks like he went out of bounds right at that 7-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Avoids, and they will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Patrick Mahomes, the touchdown. Now a point after to bring it back within 1 score. The kick is good, and they've moved back within a possession in the 4th.
Ravens 50, Chiefs 42.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Sims now on the return. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. He'll get this to Henry. Give him 30 yards on that one. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Completed to Flowers. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. First down from the red zone. Escapes the pocket. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Offense in the hurry up here. From the gun, Jackson. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Offense up to the line fast. Jackson has it, 3rd and goal. And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens have a commanding 14-point lead now in the 4th. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. Tucker on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Ravens lead by 15 now. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he's going to field this in the end zone without a return, so they'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Kansas City offense back out there and set to go. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run here from the gun. And he'll take this up to about the 34 before he's stopped. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. From the 34. That finds Hunt complete. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
First and 10 from the 41. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. And they pick him off again. Roquan Smith with the pick. And the Ravens get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game. The team total is now up to 5, Brock. 5 times they've picked this offense off.
Say it a 3rd time for me, Kate, would you? Twist the knife for all the fans of this offense watching at home.
5 interceptions in one game. You just got to marvel at how well they played in coverage from start to finish.
Yeah, this goes beyond marveling. This goes to best-case scenario in their game plan. This is one of those special games where absolutely everything is clicking. These defenders, it's like they're seeing the entire field in perfect 20/20 vision.
Complete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Jackson's gonna throw again. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Leo Chanel makes the play. And the Chiefs have some new life in the 4th.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen of him this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead to additional miscues. Please, for the love of God, take this man out.
All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. He's been a fixture for them all game, and all signs indicate, Brock, he's going to remain one in the time we've got left.
Yeah, they've leaned on him in certain spots, and he has shouldered the load oh so well. Put together a game that everyone's happy with.
Hauled in by Rice. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. From the 17. And the defender comes away with it. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Ravens have it once again after yet another interception.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Working quickly here. Here he is on 3rd and long. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Leo Chanel makes the play. And the Chiefs have some new life in the 4th.
You know, my dad was my old high school coach. He was a play caller. He was an offensive guy. And after days like this, and I remember one in particular, he'd say, son, some days peanuts, some days shells. This has been nothing but a bunch of shells for this quarterback today.
Mahomes on 1st and 10. That pass is complete to Kelsey. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. 5. From the 42. He's on the move. That's brought in by Hunt. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. It's a pickup of 9 yards. This one finds Kelsey. And they take him down right along the 30. 2nd and 6 coming up here. They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Hits his running back. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Mahomes. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Pacheco gets it from the gun. Room to run inside the 20. And he heads out of bounds. Great pickup on that run. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down. Working inside the red zone. That's incomplete left side.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You've got to shake it off and keep on firing.
The 2nd down throw for Mahomes. And they pick him off again. Roquan Smith with the pick. And the Ravens capitalize on yet another interception thrown in this game.
I think it's safe to say his day is beyond repair now, if it wasn't long ago. He just hasn't been reading these coverages at all, and it's clearly not on the same page with his receivers. I think it really is now time to think about his confidence for future games and get him out of this ball game.
They're out and set. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Lamar now from the gun. Putting the body on the line for his team. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. 1st down throw for Jackson. He's got it over the middle. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. 1st down, here's Lamar. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
That's good for another Baltimore Raven. 1st down and goal to go.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Cut near the goal line. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on third down.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run. Fourth down, here's Jackson. Throw caught by his running back. And he's tackled for a short gain. And he will not get there. They stop him on 4th and goal. What a stand to force that turnover on downs. 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. He was looking DeAndre Hopkins' way there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he has this up across the 10-yard line. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. Still one more in their pocket to use.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. And the kick is good. And we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft in and try to stick him deep. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The Kansas City offense set to take the field. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. First down throw, Mahomes. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Travis Kelce, the intended target. And now they face 2nd down.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
2nd and 10 now. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw Mahomes. And they pick him off again. Kyle Hamilton with the pick. And the Ravens get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game.
A lot of defenders got some offense in their background, and it's been my life experience that they'll tell you about it. And right there, he put it on display. He brought in the pick and instantly became a runner, searching for the open field to add a little something-something to the return.
The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it's going to be 2nd down. Throwing again is Lamar. Taking a shot. Deep down the field it goes. He's got it deep downfield. He does it. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens keep adding to that fourth quarter lead. Another 2-point try coming for the Ravens.
The Ravens will line up for the
Jackson throwing for it. Flush down now to his left. And that's into the end zone, so they follow the touchdown by tacking on 2 more to their lead. All right, I know the old adage, there is no lead that is safe in the NFL, but Brock, this lead actually feels pretty safe to me. Not sure they needed to go for 2 at this point.
Well, I'm pretty sure you know what this feels like one thing to me, stat padding. And it's just going to come back to you at some point. Maybe not in this game, but down the road. You start padding your stats to show off, oh, look how many points we scored. Look how great a job we did. You start patting yourself on the back, you're usually going to get hit and knocked on your backside at some point.
This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest. One final shot here. A bit of desperation on it. And there's our last-in image of this game. It's intercepted. Nate Wiggins has got it. And the Ravens make one of their best plays at the end, coming up with the interception on our final snap of the game. So in front of the flock of fans in the stands, the Ravens get the win at home. And with the start they had in that at the end, they really did all they could to put this out of reach early.
Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Indianapolis. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
And he will step out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. A huge play there right off the bat, and even 60 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Richardson out of the shotgun. Throwing over, and it's Taylor on the out route that completes it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor from 6 yards away. And the Colts will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Matt Gay on for the extra point. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was all finished off by the Jonathan Taylor touchdown catch. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game, almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Here's 2nd and 7. Hurts sets up to throw it. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Colts are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. Richardson under pressure, and down he goes. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter.
It's 2nd and 21. At the 20.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Richardson. He'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Here now a 3rd down and 8. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Anthony Richardson keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Colts have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
That's a great alternative there to the old-fashioned quarterback sneak. Instead, let your quarterback take it in the shotgun and essentially choose his own path. He scans the situation, makes the right read, and takes it into the end zone on the QB draw.
Gay is on for the point after. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to... Nothing first quarter lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was Anthony Richardson who took it into the end zone to finish things off. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. middle with Barkley. A very tough run, but for a pretty short gain out near the 32. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Sometimes your velocities get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Throwing is Hurts. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Flush to his right. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Here's Richardson to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. And now Mitchell, 38 yards. And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. It's good, and before you know it, it's 21-0. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just 1 play resulting in the touchdown. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Here's Hurts to throw. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Looking to throw again on second down. Hurts. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Colts are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 21-0 our score after 1. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. 1 play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here. And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. And this complete to Mitchell. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's second down.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Throw right side complete to Dotson.
So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll bring up second down.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got some space here. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, 61 yards.
And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over.
But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
Throwing the out route and complete. That's Taylor. The offense on 3rd down tonight. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8.
That is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Second and 5.
Again, it's Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
This now a 3rd and 4. That is caught. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Barkley, inside handoff. It gets by him, and now a little daylight. And down to the 36-yard line here.
84 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half.
And just shutting him off there. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple, down to the 15-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. This a 2nd and 8.
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. This is 1st and goal, and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Line of scrimmage at the 4. Here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Ronnie Harrison.
And the Colts are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. And the defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal, there's a huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them at the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
And way out past the 35 before he's taken down. That one goes for 30 yards.
Now it's Richardson.
And this throw will be intercepted.
And the Eagles are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Julian Blackman. And the Colts are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing.
He's intercepted again. It's Richardson's 3rd of the game. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our... You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this 3rd quarter.
Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And good coverage defensively. They wouldn't let him get ahead of steam going, and he'll be brought down at the 15. It could be a drop.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. From the gun, it's Hurts. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. A first down carry for Barkley. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll set up to throw.
Finding room at midfield.
And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. Back to throw here. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia!
Jahan Dotson,
40 yards.
and the Eagles are back within a score.
Elliott good with a PAT. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
Eagles 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Colts offense and Anthony Richardson ready for this next possession. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. Richardson looking to throw.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort, and that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Adonai Mitchell
with an amazing diving catch.
And the Colts go up by 2 touchdowns.
A diving catch for the score. He laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process of the catch? All the way through, all the way to the ground. Ball doesn't hit the ground without control in his hand. All of that, yes. Check the box, touchdown.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20.
Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again.
And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. Here now, 2nd and 4.
He'll drop to throw.
Over the middle, brought in by Dotson.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
First down, Eagles.
They'll drop to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Well, I think you have to forgive him just a little bit here because he's out of the pocket trying to make a play. But he rushes this throw and just wings it downfield right over the head of his wide-open receiver.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Hurts. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Zaire Franklin. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Now Richardson. Touchdown, Colts. Kylan Granson. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts take a 3-touchdown lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Jahan Dotson getting set for this next drive. Good day for him so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards. But, hey, it's the 3rd quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. They'll roll him out right. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. That one good for 37 yards.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And now here is another interception. And the Colts are going to get the football here at their own 23. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. The Colts offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Throwing on 2nd down. Hurts. Complete, it's Dotson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a 1st down. They'll look to throw here.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Barkley is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
Nothing on that one. It'll be second down.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Another try for Barkley. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem.
Touchdown! Saquon Barkley. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Eagles are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Throwing on 2nd and long.
Richardson.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
He's to the 10.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Elliott on for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching. Back now here on EA Sports, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line.
2nd and 9. Here's Richardson to throw. Throwing over, and it's Taylor on the out route that completes it.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Richardson looking to throw this.
It's caught. Mitchell.
And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now Richardson back to throw it. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. Up the middle, here's Taylor.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. He's got Granson, his tight end. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the gun, it's Taylor.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Richardson. And this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Richardson working from the gun.
Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
That's another one complete to Mitchell.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Taylor. And he has another 1st down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 19. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. And that is incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Richardson shotgun on 3rd down.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. Gay's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
After the made field goal, Gay back out there to kick it off.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Hurts and the Eagles now
Down by 10, just under 2 minutes to go. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery, but first things first. 1st and 10.
And Dotson, he's got it.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance. That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
Hurts. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Throwing is Hurts. He'll buy some time right. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts.
Got a man, it's Brown. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Quinyon Mitchell on the coverage.
Now Richardson. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Barkley. Able to fight through 1 tackle. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Offense is all over, continue to be aggressive, and most people never turn down a shot at a deep ball. But oftentimes, it attracts a little bit of extra attention. And it did on that play, and that one got knocked away.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. Throwing now is Richardson. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. And now Mitchell, 32 yards. And the Colts are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Richardson will throw for it. It's complete, and he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles's defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them. Throws downfield, and don't underestimate his ability to.
Lions Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles. All that and more coming up next.
Here's the kicker, Jake Bates, ready to get this one started.
And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field.
And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30.
So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over.
They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
Tremendous production in college at 2 different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hurts throwing right away.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We have to see what kind of looks this defense is going to throw at him as this game moves along, but they're in a zone to start. I do think we'll see plenty of man coverage as we move along, but the first throw of this one, incomplete.
He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big pickup there for the Eagles' first down, 18 yards.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down.
They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
They go back to the ground now with Barkley.
And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 27.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At their own 27. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
They'll start on the ground here on first down.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line. Here's Hurts to throw.
That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 14. Here's a give to Barkley. Muscles him off. And after the nice stiff arm, the next wave swarms in quickly for the stop.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Hurts sets up to throw it.
Flushed out right. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Jalen Hurts.
A 9-yard touchdown run.
And the Eagles take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. 5 plays there on that drive. And a 9-yard run on the end of it. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
So from just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 9.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Gibbs. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Gibbs will try and pick it up.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Out of the gun, Goff. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Gibbs. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
A short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 21. They'll give to Montgomery out of the gun. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
2nd and 7.
Here's Goff.
This one swung out to Montgomery.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
The Lions with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Gibbs.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7.
They'll run with Gibbs.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Lions are an extra point away from drawing level.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9 yard line and you start thinking, Maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. And out now come the Eagles. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. We'll get an injury stoppage, and it appears to be the wideout, Jahan Dotson. He's the one shaken up. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Second down, here's Barkley again. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. Here is 3rd and 5. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. There he goes, left side. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. It just appeared there that the defense, they had that. The ball was snapped, and not only did they get the interception, add a nice return on top of it, all the way into the end zone for a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, and the guy made the play. He gets the points, but it really was a group effort, wasn't it? How about the coaches? They've got to be so excited. All the preparation time in the film room, it translated into a big play that put points on the board for their team.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Hurts. This one goes out wide for Barkley. Out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Eagles, first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
He finds him again, Saquon Barkley. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Barkley, inside handoff. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. And the Lions are going to take over here up near the 40. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Eagles offense back out, getting set for this next drive.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A give to Barkley out of the gun. Pushing his way through. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
95 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 23. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
Well, there's no disputing. He's made some poor throws in this first half, but this was a good one. And you can bet this is an offense that isn't going to pull back. They believe in what he can do. So all you can do is look forward, and they pick up a first down.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1. They'll throw now on the final play. That is caught. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Hurts. Flush to his right. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Sorry, Coach. We'll catch up with you after the game. We're going to skip through halftime here and headed back to the field for the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback, and the 3rd quarter will start from the 30. The Lions offense now with the football first here to begin quarter number 3. Now gone. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Over the middle and taken in by Laporta. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. That is caught by Laporta. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Sam Laporta, 33 yards. And the Lions have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. A handoff to Barkley. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
That pass caught. It's Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, 48 yards. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. 1 play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, It's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7.
So here's a 3rd and 14. Throwing is Hurts.
This short throw caught by Goddard. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to make it 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on 4th.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
119 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down.
Again, it's Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a 1st with 3rd down looming. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really, they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
That's good for another Eagle.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
Catch made here by Campbell. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Back to the same target, Campbell. And the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Here's Hurts to throw.
This is caught. Touchdown, Eagles. Saquon Barkley from 3 yards out.
And the Eagles are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And the tackle there by C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4.
He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
20, down to the 10.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Lions have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be...
But his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Jeff Campbell with a pick. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Throw over the middle, he finds Williams.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Again, Goff. And he's got it. And in for the Lions touchdown. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon.
And the Lions up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those.
Oh, trying to gauge the sun, and he muffs it.
Britton Covey going to bring it out of his end zone.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
This will be caught by Brown. Gets through, and now an opening. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 39. Back to throw. Campbell making the catch. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now Saquon Barkley. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
125 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Out to his left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Alex Anzalone gets him for a loss of a yard, and it will bring up 3rd down. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. He'll get it inside the 20. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Eagles are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play. But in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Escaping the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. 3rd and goal, try to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And my goodness, another interception. Jack Campbell with a pick. And the Lions will take over here at their own 12-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Goff going to throw it. Right side to Williams. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Throwing again is Goff. Rolling to his left. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.